sponsors at?
What up, man? It's your boy Compton Rick Rock with Positive Vibes Podcast. Today I got a special guest, one of my Sandbox brothers with me, and we fit to get into it, man. How you doing, brother?
Man, what's happening, man? G motherfucking Malone.
G
baby.
Malone.
What's happening?
Man, what's going on with the 6 in the morning? We're going to get straight to it, man. How was you able to get that collaboration with one of the West Coast legends, Ice motherfucking T and Snoop Dogg?
Snoop, this is like the third or fourth song I did with Dog. We didn't have a working relations. We didn't have a working relationship since probably like 2008 or 9. Ice-T was special. We had the idea a while ago. We did another idea to it, but I always knew I wanted to put Ice-T on the idea. I just didn't know him. But he was street enough to where some of the people I knew him.
Right.
And it made sense to me to try to get him on there. I meet him at a concert. My boy AD from K-Day hooked me up. We go to the concert. I had been getting at his management trying to get to him, but they was just on some foofer shit.
Right.
I seen backstage, Ice, what up, man? You know, man, I'm glad. He like, man, I know you is cuz, blah, blah, blah. And he cuz me. I was like, okay.
Right. All the way with it.
All right, cuz. So he like, yeah, well, you know, I was like, man, I'm trying to get you on this joint, man. I've been telling niggas. He was like, well, come with me to the dressing room. I'm like, all right, I'll go with you to your dressing room, cuz he got his whole entourage. I'm walking with him. I walk in the dressing room, and it ain't nothing but OG niggas from Front Hood, OG niggas from PJs, OG niggas from 60s, all in the dressing room.
He's official.
Yeah, this nigga is some shit.
Right.
Feel me? So I walk in the room, I'm like, why would this nigga? So he walking in like, Ice, you know, Ice. So I'm like, yeah, why this nigga? So I walk in the room, I know all these niggas. Glasses, what up? Blah, 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 what up? Blah, blah, blah. So me and the niggas wrestling. He see that. I'm thinking it's a test. The nigga wanted to see how street I was, so he walked me in the room with all these niggas. So I'm fucking with the niggas. He like, gee, I got you. Come right to the studio. Feel me? A couple weeks later, write his verse on the spot, lay it, knock it out. Have Snoop put the exclamation point on it. Shit was dope to me.
Dope. We was listening to it on the way here. Classic Ice-T, still got it.
And he got off.
Got off.
And what blew me away having Cuz on the song is, right, when we was younger, remember watching Breaking?
Right.
He was the first rapper, because remember, it wasn't no MTV and BET, you know, when we was 4 or 5 and shit, and you only seen it's big screen and nothing.
Right.
So for him to be the first rapper I seen on a big screen that was on some West Coast shit, I thought that was hard.
Yeah, I remember coming up as a kid, man. And this before NWA, before I even got into that, my pops pulled up playing at 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Ice-T.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dope is a motherfucker. You know, man, check it out. I've been knowing you for a whole lot of years now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was incarcerated. I get a rap magazine. I'm not sure which magazine it was. And I see you in it. Mm-hmm. But I'm not putting 2 and 2 together because I ain't seen you at this time probably 15, 18
you got
years.
in trouble. We was real young.
Right. So I'm like, damn, this face looked familiar. I couldn't attach you to it, right?
Yeah.
I hear Certify on the radio. Banging like a motherfucker. I used to listen to it because it come on the radio station, right?
Yeah.
I'm hearing it.
What was you doing that time at?
I was at I think Ironwood State Prison at this time.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I hear the Certify shit banging like he from Watts.
You
right?
really threw off.
So I'm still not putting glasses, you know.
Sure, yeah.
And when I get out of prison, and I like, that's such and such, I'm like, what? I've been banging this motherfucker hard. Yeah. Man, how did you get the name Glasses Malone? Where did that come from?
So what's crazy is, right, so obviously we went to Wharton together. Nigga went to Kennedy.
Right.
Most people don't know this. I grew up in Compton as much as I grew up in Watts. Pops, moms break up. Pops live in the farm. Moms live in the farms. Pops live in the hood. Back and forth the whole time. Moms went to jail.
Right.
She got in trouble.
Right.
Now, this is not the first time. This is the second time.
Right. I remember
so
moms.
now we stuck at, rest her soul, we stuck at Pop's house. So now I'm walking home every day in high school. You know what I mean? Next thing we know, you fucking around with certain niggas that you grew up with, but it's different. Now it's every day. It ain't like, it ain't going back to Compton no more, and it's just,
right, you
know
stuck
what I mean?
in this shit now.
Now you stuck in the middle of this old Watts bullshit every day. And same niggas I grew up with, I always had an affinity for them. Glasses became a name that Pluck gave me being funny.
Right.
Because I couldn't see. I used to squint. You remember in middle school, I used to
remember the
squint.
glasses, yeah.
Right? So I would never keep them. So glasses became a joke. Right? You get quartered on, now you fight niggas. Now you winning some fights. Now it's glasses low. Now it's serious.
Right.
There's old glasses from the 7. So I kept the name. When I wanted to start rapping, he was like, oh, you can't just be, feel me, just for Crips. You got to be for everybody.
Right.
So he gave me both names. So
Right. You know what I thought, man? I remember, shout out Pluck. I remember when we was kids, man. And we used to trade basketball cards. You had all the motherfucking cards. So by me thinking, like, this nigga had all the cards as a kid, I thought you got it from Moses Malone.
Not Wes. Moses was cold, too. He don't get no props neither. That's crazy when you think about it.
Right.
But nah, cuz the nigga just gave me the name. I got to ask him why, but Pluck was a nigga that kind of, so Moon probably got me to fight more niggas. Pluck taught me how to really gangbang, you know what I mean, and stay alive. Fuck the bullshit the way they put it. Stay alive, you know, with the bullshit. So I never argued with cuz when he would. I didn't really start debating with cuz till probably 20 years old.
Right.
I mean, then I started being like, hold up, I need my own ideas, you know, not so much let him just put everything on me. But man, it's one of the blessings he gave me. You know what I'm saying? My name.
Well, shout out Pluck. You gave me one of the West Coast classic motherfucking names, man. Glasses Malone, known worldwide. Now another thing, man. I've been seeing you with the card game. I've never known you to be in the car. Well, I haven't.
Sure.
You know. So tell me about these cars, man. I know you went to some shit, race cars.
Yeah.
You know, the low ride. I didn't see you on one of them little things hitting the switches.
Cali
I think
swinging.
that was it Cali
Swing.
motherfucking swing. You came through swinging that motherfucker.
Now you was down still.
I was in jail.
I just
when
think about that. You still was down.
Yeah, but I seen
you walked off what like?
I did some time.
You walked. It wasn't that bad, though, was it? It had to be. It was double day. Was it?
It was a lot
teenagers?
of time. It was a lot of time. I went to jail when I was 17 and got out when I was 27. Stayed out like 18 months and went
you got back in trouble
for 4 years for a gun that wasn't even mine.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? I
okay,
took
so
a
now
case.
that makes sense.
Right.
So yeah, so Pops, feel me, with all the racing. So you naturally in the cars. I grew up racing. You know what I mean? You grew up in fucking with motors, doing all that shit with Pops. Fucking around on the 7, the car thing became the lowrider shit. You know what I'm saying? I had a 64 Bug. Shout out to my boy Bond first, a rag Bug.
Right.
Porsche alloys, I bought it from Moon.
You had the shit.
Yeah, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted it because it was fast and it was a rag. But I ended up trading for my first lowrider, which was a glass, also rag.
Right.
Been stuck on it ever since. The whole putting together lowrider shit came 16, 17. We doing everybody car. We doing Boo car. We doing Moon car. We doing Pluck car. We doing main car, we doing tone car.
Right.
And I knew more about motors than most people, so everything else just came with the package.
Right. Now, we since we're on the car topic, West Coast artists, West Coast gangster rappers, right?
Sure.
All of them are known for their gangster image and also the 64 Chevy, the 63 Impala's period, right?
The real deal.
So what do you think about a lot of these rappers? They losing their identity. They don't own a lowrider, right? Do you think that plays a important part as being a West Coast artist today, or do you think it even matters having at least having a Chevy for sure?
So what's crazy is I would have argued with you 3 years ago.
Right.
You right.
Right.
It matters. And the reason it matters is hip hop is all culture.
Right.
Culture ain't for wealthy people. Wealthy shit ain't culture. Gucci ain't culture.
Right.
Louis Vuitton ain't culture. European cars ain't culture. Benzes ain't culture.
Right.
That's nothing. The greatest renaissance of all renaissance was the West Coast gangster rap scene, G-Funk.
Right.
What made it special was it gave, like it was a uniform to a movement.
Right.
Feel me? People forget how poor people is around the world. That's why they love DMX, why they love Tupac, why they love Snoop. They love people that represent poor people.
Right.
Culture is in poor people. So when you jump out of a Benz or you wearing designer, you have no culture. You just telling everybody you got some money.
Exactly.
Well, the thing is, don't nobody connect to money. We all connect to, think about it, in 95, you could have been Snoop. That outfit was $40. Them shoes was $25.
Exactly.
Feel me? You push your grandpa car from out the yard, feel me, hook that shit up, put some days on it, some hydraulics. Everybody around the world could be you easy. Right. That's why our movement was the greatest. So I get a lot of the modern artists, you know, today's artists, they trying to figure out something special and something new. Right. You got to be a little bit more clever because the reality is our culture ain't shit. Problem is, if you still gangbanging, ain't no other culture.
Right.
All the West Coast is good for is, you know, as far as urban scene, is gangster shit and skateboarding. Yes. Ain't no other culture.
Well, I think that being the West Coast artist, you at least need to, you got to know your history, right? And having that Impala plays a big part in your image. I get at the boy G Perico all the time. I say, you got the Jerry curl. You took it back with that. You need an Impala.
Yeah.
And it seemed like he's taking notes because lately I've been seeing him with the Impala. I've been trying to get him to
And
buy
cuz
one.
a real grip too.
He's a real one.
But I get it because we done did it so long. See, Rick, for you, it was different because you came home, so you missed out on a lot of the
Yeah, I
shit
missed out.
that we was doing. Just, you know, khakis and this Diggies and Chucks every day.
Right.
So when you start rapping, you like, all right, I get to be a rapper.
Right.
No, being a rapper is wearing Diggies and Chucks.
Right.
You don't,
Well, Dickies and Chucks, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man,
That's our uniform. That's our uniform.
but that is it.
That's it.
I'm with you.
That's it.
We can change it up.
No. I'm with the khakis and Chucks.
Because
right?
that's what it is.
But I feel like at some point, it's like we can't wear khakis and Chucks but you do gotta represent it.
Listen, imagine driving by McDonald's, girl, and the colors is blue and green. Ain't no golden arches.
Ain't nobody
And
stopping.
you talk about this McDonald's.
Yeah, that's McDonald's.
So how you gonna tell another nigga you a West Coast gangster
Right.
and you ain't wearing a uniform?
Look, I went to New York, man. I went to New York. It's my first time going. This was last year. And I was looking for the Timberlands. Timberland boot. I didn't see not one until I got to Brooklyn. I didn't see nobody with Timberlands. I'm like, wait a minute. When you come to New York, you expect to see this. You know what I'm saying? So I guess when you come to the West Coast, you expect to see a nigga some khakis, some All-Stars, a Pendleton.
But think about it. Look where New York hip hop is at. They struggling because they don't have identity. They losing culture.
Right.
Feel me? You got a bunch of niggas, you know, the internet is modernizing everything and making everything one.
Right.
Well, the problem with that is now I don't got to buy hip hop from you. Now they buying it from whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of artists are trying to progress forward. I respect it, especially the youngsters. You know, a lot of them I talk to too. And they trying to progress forward. But the problem is you're not evolving, you killing off culture.
Right.
Because what you're doing now ain't no culture in no motherfucking Giuseppe's. Ain't no motherfucking culture in no motherfucking red bottom shoes.
Right. That's why they here 1 minute and 2-3 years later they gone because there's nothing to connect them
Look
with.
at Kodak Black and them. Imagine them niggas like, well, I ain't finna wear my hair like Florida niggas wear their hair.
Right.
Feel me? They just cut their hair and they just got a fade. That shit matter. You see them niggas with that shit on their head, nigga, you know
where they
niggas.
from. Right. You
Them
know
niggas hair growing out all
from.
crazy and shit. Them niggas ain't got to wear no shirt or nothing. Just the hair, oh, that's a Florida nigga.
Right.
That's culture. That's what it's about.
So you said earlier, right? You said when you moved in with Pops. Tell me a little bit about Moms. May she rest in peace. How did it feel when that whole situation took place? Let the people know a little bit about Moms. I don't think I heard a lot about that story.
So this is the last time Moms went down. She got sentenced to 240 months in the feds. Right, so she's in Dublin. They hit her with a career criminal charge. So that was her 4th time going. First time she went, I was like 10, 11. Feel me? She did a year. Second time, she did a year and a half. Third time, they gave her 4 years. Last time, they went crazy on her.
Yeah.
All the charges was different. The first one was on some federal shit. She was turning money orders that were like $10 into $1,000 money orders.
Was that right?
That was their scheme in the early 90s. So she made Christmas good.
Right.
That was her thing. I'm gonna make sure my babies got what they need. She was a registered nurse, right? So she was really smart. She just had too much heart.
Right.
She just was with it.
Right. I remember Moms, man, when we was younger, man. She used to come up to the school.
Bust that 5.0.
Man, Moms was no joke, man.
What was that?
Moms was no joke, so I see where you guys get it from. But it was one dude, man. I don't know if he was a step pops or what. He wasn't no joke.
Clarence, CT. So let me tell you. So I'm gonna tell you this story. We don't never talk about CT. So CT is the reason I got into boxing and fighting and learn how to fight. CT is a Midwest nigga, Indiana nigga, so the nigga fight.
Right.
I never forget. So I couldn't stand a nigga because this is one of the earliest niggas my mom dating after her and Pops break up. Right. So a nigga steal my bike. We had some bikes. Nigga, we had GTs and dynos.
Right.
So me, Darnell, couple homies, we ride up to the store. We ride up to Bunny's. Right there over there in the Spook Towns. Come out the store, my bike gone. They bike there. Like, damn, man, my bike. So the nigga Darnell ride me home on the pigs. I'm sick. The kids, I'm hurt, crying. Damn, man, on my bike. So CT say, man, what's wrong? I said, man, somebody stole my bike. He said, come on, we're going to find this motherfucker. So he had the Nissan truck when Nissan trucks was the shit, the little orange one. Remember nigga had to pull out. Niggas had to pull out.
Come up to that school and get on y'all helmet before y'all fuck up in school.
So cuz come, you put the pull out in, cuz we jump in the Alpine, cuz we in that motherfucker smashing. He looking around for it. End up at the old Kmart, right? Where the Kmart is
Right.
on, what's that, on Alameda? You know what I mean? And yeah, that's Alameda. Alameda and Contra Boulevard. I see my bike. I said, there go my bike. So the man is parking the bike. It's a big old, it might be a smoker, but I don't think so because he's full weight. He's big.
Right.
CT about 5'11", 150 pounds with fishing weights in his pocket. Had a curl. But he just jumped out that motherfucker. Come on, let's go get your bike, man. So I walk up, he said, hey, you got my son's bike, man? He said, no, this is my bike. He said, CP, this your bike? Yeah, this my bike. Say it loud. It's your bike, it's your bike. It's my son's bike. Give him the bike. No, man, I just told you what his bike. Check this out, man. Hey, back up. If you don't give my son his bike, I'm telling you right now, you finna eat this dirt. That nigga went to say something, threw the bike down and got tough. Man, CT hit the nigga with a 2-piece, dropped him. That day,
you got your respect.
I was
you
like,
got, yeah.
Ooh. So
You got his respect.
CT showed me how to fight. He was all, Clarence was super down. He taught me a lot, you know. Nigga always drank Mickey's.
Right.
Nigga drank beer, Mickey's.
Right. Step pops is, man, it's cool to have a good step pops, man.
Yeah,
You don't appreciate it
Yeah.
when you're young, but as you get
Get
older,
older,
you
you
realize
really-
everything they did
Yeah.
for you. Now I got a question. The Tupac Must Die. I know you didn't heard this over,
So, it's all
over
good.
and over and over again. What inspired that track? I know, but the people, you know, some of the people that might not know. What inspired that and what made you write that song? I remember when you sent it to me, and
Yeah.
I can remember like, what the fuck
This nigga did.
on?
Nah,
Right.
it was a desire. What's funny is to make real hip hop.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I took a lot of time off. You know, I wasn't completely off, but I wasn't consistent. And mainly because I felt like I was ignorant. Like, we get in this business, right? We know it's art. All of us know it's art. But we don't realize it's a science to it.
Right.
It's a science to the records. It's a science to hip hop. It's a science to the marketing.
Right.
So I did a lot of homework. And what I came up with was my job, right, as a rapper in hip hop, is to reflect culture.
Tell us
It's
more.
to bring culture to the rest of everybody else. Culture, in simple sense, is morale as well. So it's not just, you know, language and cuisine, because it's morale.
Right. Right.
The way we grew up, 7-8 niggas jump you, that's the ultimate violation.
Yes.
So as a Crip, I knew everybody respected my expertise when it come to West Coast culture, when it come to gang banging and certain things. So I realized how the world saw me. They don't see me the way I want them to see me. Like McDonald's, I'm sure in their mind might think they got a healthy menu. We
Right.
just don't believe you.
Right. Right.
So they don't see me that way. They see me as this Crip nigga from where we from. So I wanted to tell a story that everybody knew,
Everybody knew it.
right? That involved a Crip.
Right.
And then tell his side of the story.
Right. I think it was very unique how you did it, because a lot of people didn't get a chance to hear Lane's side of the story. I think you did a good job for painting that picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now check this out. The only people that I think that wasn't satisfied with it, you know, Freaky Dre is my cousin. I know you mentioned him in the song.
Dre's solid.
And you know,
Dre gave me my first $5,000 show.
Mm-hmm.
Lane Day.
Right.
I performed at 2 Lane Days
Right.
at the mansions behind Compton College. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Go ahead.
No, I thought that was dope. Like, I performed at 2 Lane Days. Dre gave me my biggest checks.
Yeah,
at that
Freaky
time.
Dre was a
good
a
nigga.
good dude.
Yeah.
Now this is what I remember Freaky Dre, right? He was always with the street shit, but when I was younger, he grew up playing basketball. And he could have made it to the NBA, but you know, the streets, you know, sometimes get the best of us.
Yeah.
And so when I heard you know, with the situation that took place with Pac and them, I was like, damn, I know this ain't my cousin, because you know he's a basketball player. So when I heard he mention it in the song, I was like, wow, like the family was like, damn. You know, everybody know the story. Everybody know it was there. It was already talked about, but just to hear it again, I was like, damn, G on with this one. But I think it was a good move on your end. A lot of people was offended by it, but like you say, what do you expect when a guy gets jumped? You expect this to happen, you know. I think.
But what I realize is everybody else don't live by those morals.
Right.
That's what made it hip hop. It was us explaining how we get out that's normal where we from.
Right.
That ain't normal for everybody else. And it was tough to rap the story. What gave me comfort is knowing that nobody could go to prison behind it.
Right.
Obviously you can't tell that story if niggas is breathing air. But you know, as sad as it was for all the brothers involved, you know, everybody met their untimely demise, period. But it put it in a situation to where we could bring clarity to our culture,
right.
and not villainize the people that how we live. Nigga, we don't look at each other like villains, like we some horrible people. We understand we in a primitive situation.
Right.
Niggas might they might push you a little too far to where you gotta engage.
Right,
you
right.
know?
Now with the music today, right? A lot of the stuff that we talk about in our music, right? What do you think that some of the lyrics that we rap in our rap songs affects the community? Do you think that some of the shit that we do plays a role in the streets?
So I don't think a rapper created no energy.
Right.
I think all energy is there.
Right.
And most artists reflect said energy.
Right.
You know, art is inspired by life. Life ain't inspired by art. I mean, now it's getting a little crafty because the internet is so prevalent in everybody's life. Nobody's going outside to play no more. Mm-hmm. Everything they learn is off the internet. But I think we do have influence, but I think it's still our responsibility to document and to explain to people our culture. You know, the truest forms of it at times. No matter if it sounds crazy, right. At least the world is aware. I didn't know what was going on with Atlanta or the South with opioids outside of Texas right. with lean. Right. I didn't know it was an epidemic until Future started talking about it. I'm listening to this nigga rapping about Percocets, and I'm like, damn, these niggas are taking medication? So it's our job. Now, I'm sure that song has inspired some people to try their luck at, you know, taking opioids, but that ain't what his job. His job is to let us know that something is going on down here.
Right, right.
And he's a part of it at that point. So what I look like the judge. Hotel California, I stand by this statement. That shit is all about drugs. First verse is about weed. Second verse is about cocaine. Third verse is about heroin.
Right.
So sweetest taboo is about heroin.
Is that right?
Man, listen to the song. So
see, that's where you come in with this music shit. You really know this shit. I just listened to the motherfucking vibe to it. I know they was some gold dope fiends like that.
Listen, man, everybody. Ray Charles, you see the movie?
Yeah, we know he was a goddamn dope fiend, Ray Charles.
And the best niggas is on dope.
The best, you know what? You know what's crazy? Some of the best music do come from the dope fiends. Man. But you asked me earlier. You said, "How did you get into comedy?"
That was a big. So shout out to Bosco from Queen.
Shout out to Bosco.
So y'all niggas are funny personally.
Right.
Like that ain't y'all imagery to nobody else. So if I'm telling another nigga, hey, Rick funny, nigga like, who that nigga that made the comp song on these niggas' head? I'm like, bro, like that's just what it is. But this nigga's a good person and he got a great spirit.
Right.
Bosco, I didn't know Bosco was funny. The nigga started talking. So it was really important that I said that to you because I thought that was amazing. You feel me? Like I felt like the shit we've been through for us to still find ways to contribute to society.
Right. I feel like it's my job now, right? I'm older now, and to make people laugh, it's hard to make people laugh, right?
100%.
And when you giving out that positive energy, it's like a drug. Cause I'm known for doing some of the most craziest stuff, right? We all are. Yeah. But what I'm doing now, really, I feel good about myself now. Yeah. I feel like I'm doing something right. My son is not seeing me holding guns on the Instagram. He's not seeing me with blue bandanas tied around my head. He don't understand what's going on right now. All he knows is why dad is acting like this, right? But as he get older, he gonna know I'm an entertainer. Yeah. Like you an entertainer. Yeah. But I feel like we still have a responsibility also. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the messages that's why I asked you that earlier. Some of the messages that we put out in our community, like it's going haywire in our cities, right? Yeah. And a lot of these kids is looking up to these rappers. My son is 10 years old, and I be hearing him rap some of these lyrics, and I be like, damn, but I can't tell him.
What you look like out of everybody.
Right, right. So, I make him aware of what he's listening to, and some of the stuff I make him turn off, right? Yeah. So I think that in some of these songs, we need a good song.
Yeah. I mean, you know what's funny? I think about Nothing But a G thing. Right. The way we live to it is not actually what they was rapping about.
Right.
Like I think we brought in another element of bullshit to this shit. They shit was fun.
It was fun.
Nobody really got shot in they shit.
Right. It made you want to dance. It made you want to jump in your car.
Every video they was at a party.
Right. Now every video you see now, I see
niggas just popping a
busting.
nigga.
Motherfuckers
So-
got clips long as bed rails.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy.
No
man.
aim.
Drugs.
So-
Everybody is just drug. Snoop Dogg and them. I ain't gonna take nothing away from marijuana.
Sure. That was the first one.
But this cocaine shit, and I don't take nothing from nobody doing, but the cocaine, the shooting the needles, and rest in peace. My boy DMX, they put the jacket on him. He was on. Don't nobody know what the man died from.
Yeah.
What do you think about DMX? Have you ever met DMX before?
I met him once. It was an awesome dude, great energy to me. I
Right.
mean, I've heard other stories, but I think he could feel your energy. If your energy was right, he matched it.
When I met him, man, he was like me and you. Yeah. Like I've been knowing him my whole life. Dude was a
That's
good
how he
dude.
made me feel.
Yeah, he was just a good, good person, man. It's sad that we losing a lot of our people, man. So I think we gotta enjoy life, man. Just start living, man. So who your top 5 artists is in the game right now on this West Coast?
My favorite or the niggas I like the most? Because it's two. Like so the niggas I like the most versus
like
the
your
niggas
top.
who deserve it.
Who do you
Who
think
earned the space?
No.
Or
Your
who
top
I like.
5. Who you like? Your top 5
Who
artists.
I like. Well, you know what? Let's not do artists because I don't think a lot of niggas is working hard enough to assemble bodies of work to make me give a fuck.
Right.
So let's focus on records.
Right.
Like songs. My favorite song on the West Coast right now is Lil Deuce Outside.
Lil Deuce Outside.
It's the hardest song in Los Angeles.
I think I heard that song.
Manglewood. Nigga shot at the cemetery. I don't get more Inglewood than that.
Dang.
They on 4-wheelers, talking crazy. I've been outside since a youngin'. Feel me?
I think I heard that song.
That for sure is the #1 song to me right now in LA. Number 2, if it's modern, I'm still playing Draco, Big Bang, Uchis. I play that a lot.
Draco. Pow! In the kisser.
Right in the kisser. Yeah. The new stuff, I think he just finding his way back because he was in trouble. So he got to get back into his groove. But I'm still on Big Bang Uchis. Number 3 is Anything by Blast.
Right.
Blast pretty much got every song make you feel a good way.
With him right now, man.
He's a good nigga too.
I'm waiting on it too.
Yeah, Blast solid. He gonna get down. He's a dope dude. 4, Ty Dolla $ign, By Yourself. It's like a modern day version of Keep Your Head Up mixed with Dear Mama. It's hard as a motherfucker. And it's him and Janae.
I gotta hear that. I gotta hear that. I ain't
By
really been
Yourself.
on the radio lately.
Ty is insane. And I heard it before it was on the radio. Number 5, it's a song that I really like. I mean, Roddy High Fashion. Every time it come on, if I hear it on the radio, I never change it.
You know what's crazy about Roddy, man?
Mm-hmm.
I remember when he first started out, right? He's part of the family. He's in the family, connected to the family, right? And when they told me he rapped, listen to him.
Bird.
I didn't pay no attention.
Bird
been trying to get me to
Bird
listen to this guy.
That shit down every nigga throw.
Bird is one of the coolest.
Shout out to Bird.
Shout out Bird Vision.
Bird
man.
does that and Dude Dog. So them 2 niggas, right. Top Dog and Bird,
right,
deserve.
I haven't seen nobody
go hard for their artists like that.
Like Bird. Bird can talk your ass out $100 million. Yeah. Hey man,
Bird been like that though for a long time, right.
But you know what? You think a motherfucker crazy because you don't see their vision.
Well, you know what's funny? When he first brought me Roddy, I could hear he was like super inspired by Young Thug.
Right.
And my thing was, I knew he was talented. I just hated what he was rapping over.
Right.
And I remember telling him like, man, y'all gonna have to give him Mustard. Y'all gotta give him Mustard, man. Y'all do that shit with Mustard shit, it's easy. It's a layup.
Right.
And they thought it was so crazy. And Ballin', he had joints before Ballin'. He had the joint for Estentacion, that Die Young. And my favorite before he really got all the way on was Hood Rich.
Right.
Spelled with 2 C's, or if you YouTube it. But when Ballin' came out, I knew it was over.
Right.
When I heard that.
It was a rap. Look, we was in New York, man, like I told you. And we went to the club, man. And they played that motherfucker 3-4 times. And I'm talking about the whole club. It's like it was out here. That's when I knew it was over. I said, it's a wrap.
Him and Mustard is magic. And Mustard is just a fucking wizard. I mean, he just got it. He got it. You know what I'm saying? And he know who the people to work with. He's making the most out of it. But High Fashion off that album is probably the sleeper song. I mean, I think people know the song was good, but it's really a nice a really good song. I never turn it off.
Right.
Like I never get tired of it. I think it got so much soul that I never get tired
Them
of
are
it.
classics, man. Them gonna be around for a long time, man.
So yeah. Outside by Lil Deuce, Big Bang Uchi's by Draco, Anything by Blast at number 3. Number 4 is what I just say, cause Ty Dolla $ign by Yourself with Janae Aiko, and then 5 is High Fashion Roddy Ricch.
Roddy Ricch.
That's today.
So what can we expect from Glasses, man? Is there any movie roles? You got any movie roles or anything? What's new coming from you, man? Because you know you've been in the cut. I know you working.
Yeah, I've been writing crazy. More music, right? I'm finna drop more music than I ever dropped in my whole career over the next 36 months. But it'll be the most, it'll be impactful. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I think I had a pretty good career where I made great money. You know what I mean? I was able to take care of myself and everything. But I think right now I'm just gonna impact the culture the hardest.
Right.
I wrote a film. It's tentatively titled Ghetto Life. It's a really dope culture lowride film. I don't think we got no lowride film that really represented.
We don't.
So I've been writing a really dope idea that's special. I'm gonna get Bone from Athens to help me.
Well, you need to hook up with a guy named Papa Z.
Papa Z.
He's a good camera guy, man. He does some awesome work. But yeah, man, I know you. I haven't heard from you like in a while on far as music. You know what I'm saying? I call in here and there. But you can't rush greatness. And I know whatever you coming with is going to be great, a great body of work. I can't wait to see you in the movie, man. And, you know, a lot of these rappers on the West Coast, like you one of them, you know, we need to give these rappers their flowers while they're here. You are one of the dopest, one of the most underrated rappers.
And that's my greatest thing about, I don't mean to cut you off, but that's why it was about Ice-T for me.
Right.
Right now, I got an idea with Game that's going to be so special.
Right.
You feel me? Because I want to make sure that the new project, I got Coolio on there. I got Cypress Hill on there. I'm putting a lot of the legends, the heritage acts with tomorrow's acts.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to put Boogie with Compton's Most Wanted.
Right.
I want to put, Kendrick, with the lead singer from Motley Crue.
So you on your DJ Khaled shit.
No, but I rap.
But I'm saying DJ Khaled, he good with putting motherfuckers together too. He's pretty dope with that.
But I feel like mainly with music and everything is, because our culture, we got to take another sense of power. Because we don't got a new culture.
Right.
And our culture, niggas is still banging. So
Right. And we got to get out of that shit, homie. Like on some real shit, it's too much fuck. When I was coming up, I wanted to be a rapper. When I seen Big Daddy Kane in with the big old chains on and Slick Rick with the Kango, that was like some fly shit to me, bro. But now it seems like every rapper is a goddamn gang member. Like I don't understand this for nothing. We trying to get out of this shit. Well, we in our we older guys now, right?
Yeah.
We done made it out that lifestyle. We still connected, but we won't.
We doing
want more
like every other nigga our age.
I don't understand why do a motherfuckers. I don't get it for nothing in the world, man. All these rappers want to be gang members, man.
I get it. I get why. Rick is the thing about being a gangbanger. And it's tough, right? Because you from a really big neighborhood. There's a lot of motherfuckers from where you from. But you know what the camaraderie is like, the brotherhood, and what they want more than anything, every man crave respect.
Right.
So they like the warrior feel of it. But I agree with you in the sense that I don't fuck the rappers. Let's just talk about the streets. Right. I hate right now that niggas could come over to your neighborhood and get put on. Nigga ain't been here 2 weeks.
Right, that's
irritating my fucking soul.
The rap, I think about the rapping, right? We need some motherfucking some fly rappers. We got to get all these goddamn gangster gang banging
rappers.
Who
was the flyest rapper we grew up with out the West Coast?
Let me see.
That was successful. Who was the flyest?
Snoop Dogg, my top.
But see, that's a gangbang. I'm talking about he was on some gangster
But Snoop Dogg still, he can turn it on. Snoop Dogg, that motherfucker plays
he's the greatest ever.
Pimp, player.
He's the greatest ever.
Yeah, he's great. I agree.
It ain't about if he your favorite. It ain't about if he the best. He epitomizes what hip hop and rap is about.
Right.
When a 90-year-old rap, lady think of Snoop Dogg.
Nigga, my grandma and grandpa knew who Snoop Dogg was.
And your kids is 10.
My kids,
right now they know who Snoop is.
Snoop Dogg is. He ain't going nowhere.
No.
Snoop Dogg could be 60 years old and put a motherfucker album out, and I'm still not.
Man, I had this whole conversation with Charlamagne, and I was trying to explain to him the greatness of Snoop, and I'm like,
it don't get no better than that.
He is the culture. I feel like Quick.
DJ Quick.
I feel like, so right now I think we're getting a lot of Blast.
Yeah,
and
Quick was the fly.
Blast says quick.
Right.
You know, so he brings in that fly element. But you can't help it that our culture just demand you be a little bit more macho than other niggas.
Right.
Feel me? And that's that's the rest of the world.
When we came up, we had to Snoop Dogg, like you said, we had the Quicks. Our different, we had different, everybody didn't want it. And if they was gang members, they wasn't really, they was pushing more music, more entertainment than they was their neighborhood.
I mean, well, I think a lot of the new dudes that's coming up, well, one thing is happening is everybody lying about they successful. Niggas ain't really successful. I always say if you're not the next Quick or if you ain't got platinum albums and gold albums in this business, you ain't successful. Right. You just get into a couple dollars.
What do you think about the comment Mace made, man? You know what comment
I got on this line. Yeah, I got on this line about it. So, well, problem one is to dig directly at the West Coast because they got gangs everywhere around the world. Mm-hmm. I think it lacks intellect. I think it's ignorant. For him to say it's the weakest thing you can do, it's a lot of more things you can do as a black man that's weaker. The weakest thing to me, somebody asked me the other day, the weakest thing you can do as a brother to me is stand by and hold the camera while they kill some brother right in front of you.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck. And maybe that's just me. Maybe that's how we grew up. If we walk outside right now, the police start kneeling on your neck, we both gonna die.
Yeah, we finna get him up off of it.
Feel me? Because I will go willingly where you want me to go, but you're not finna kill this nigga in front of me. And I'm not putting out no camera, talking shit behind no camera. Right. To me, that's the weakest thing a black man can do.
Even when you see our people out here fighting in the streets, the first thing they do is pull their cell phones
that's some weird shit.
Like, we adults, right? And it's adults doing this shit too. You know, not just the kids. Like, we got to stop that also. You see a motherfucker getting into it, man, go pull them apart, man. These are our people, bro. Like,
can't let them like just everybody kill us.
Right, man. We killing ourselves, the police killing us.
To the Mace point, I digress. To the Mace point, my thing with Mace is there's no oath in gangbanging. So when you say they take an oath to make you throw your wife, you do it willingly for the people you grew up with.
Exactly.
Right now, Rick, I'm finna say you from nutty. That don't mean we walk outside. I take a penitentiary check. Nigga think finna come up here, or I follow Rick out here. Right. You better follow your ass somewhere else because I'm busting. Right. That's just how we talk. Right. When you poor, you don't have a lot to value. Right. You get older, you get something to value, then you change your perspective. Now Rick can't be the old Rick that I knew at Walden because Rick got little Ricks now. He got baby Rick and tiny Rick and infant Rick now. So you got to make decisions based on them. But when you first growing up, this is all you got. Right. Remember, like in New Jack City, when a nigga at first it was we all we got, and they was down for each other, everything. Then they got some money, then they got some bitches, then they got some power. Next thing you know, nigga kill G Money. Now we got more than just we. Right. So I think what he's saying lacks depth. I think it's an ignorant thing said to rise up the population to make you look like a hero, you know, making Mace look like you're not a hero. Right. What you're doing is wrong, and it lacks empathy and it lacks intellect. It's a horrible thing to even say. You understand why we fellowship in poor communities. Right. So I get it. If you call it a gang, that just means we fellowship and we willing to commit a crime in pursuit of success, you know, love, anything else. We ain't shooting niggas ain't shooting motherfuckers just because it's Thursday. Let's shoot a nigga Thursday. Let's shoot a nigga Sunday. Right. No, man, these niggas did this to my friend, and this is all my friend I got. I got him, so I'm going to do what I got to do to make sure you all right.
Right. Now, I see back in the back, you got the podcasting thing set up. What's going on with the podcasting?
I did a deal with Charlemagne and iHeart. Charlemagne, Black Effect Podcast and iHeart, and he been trying to get me to do podcasting for a while, so I've been doing it now. I'm about 18, 19 shows, 17, 18 shows deep. Really was getting comfortable. Now I'm about to ramp it up. It's all about pariahs. Right. Like I feel like our community is when it comes to things we don't understand, we immediately isolate it and we push it too far away. I would like for us as a community to understand we not better than each other. Right. Like what Mace did right there. Right. It's not that far from where you at, Pastor, and being a Crip. It ain't that much different. Right. I mean, unless you're a buster. Right. Don't know, and I don't care which man. So my show is my conversations are really rooted in having conversations with pariahs, prostitutes, cholos, especially in our community. A cholo, you look at that motherfucker like he gonna kill me. So I want people to feel more comfort in interacting with pariahs and realize that you probably got more in common anything with everybody.
Right. What's good at we because I never thought that I'd be doing podcasting, right? This was totally out of my process of thought, right? But when I got into this podcasting shit, it's I like it, man. I enjoy talking. I get on the phone and talk all goddamn day. My girl, you talk too goddamn much.
No, you're not. That's your gift.
Right.
But that's the thing too, Rick. I wanted to make sure we said that before we moved on far from this gang shit. We was smart enough to not do it.
Right.
It just happened to us because this is what we do, where we live. But a lot of people, they don't have the intellect we got to where you can reform your life. You can wake up one day and be somebody else. You can wake up and be whoever you want.
Right.
I watch you change twice or 3 times.
Right.
And you can just wake up and do it because you're smart enough to arm yourself with the information.
Right.
But it's our job to look out for our peoples and realize we got to take care of each other. We can't just judge our people because they can't do what we can do.
Right. And if they see you doing positive, like, you know what's crazy? I get phone calls from my young homies, right? These is dudes who they still wild, right? And they call me like, hey Rick, man, I want to do something. I want to get on one of them comedy skits you be doing, right? Yeah. And it trips me out because it's like, okay, they see me doing something different, right? Now they want to do something different, but it's already in them. They just don't know how to express themselves and be themselves. They feel like they got to be OG skin bone.
Because that's all we had for years, Rick.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't knock our people when we do what we do. It ain't like the doctor who make it out our hood come live where we live at. It ain't like the teachers.
Right.
Miss Clark didn't live in the Nutties or in the farms or the Spooks or nowhere. She ain't lived there. So we don't see success. We only see success in a couple forms. Number one, and is gangbang. We see successful niggas who sell drugs. We see so when you lack economics, you lack opportunity, your vision most times is cut short. You can't see as far. So you looking at what's in front of you. You can't see Anaheim Hill 15 minutes away. It's really far. You can't see the beach 25 minutes away. You can see Big No Name. And Big No Name got a knot. Big No Name got this clean ass rag deuce.
Right.
Big No Name got all the girls from the neighborhood love him.
Right.
Big No Name go home, pay his rent and bill. Big No Name eating.
But keep it 100 with me though. Keep it 100, right? As you got older, right? And you look back at some of the motherfuckers you looked up to, don't you be like, man, what the fuck? I looked up to this motherfucker, this sorry son of a bitch, right? He don't take care of his mama, his kids.
You only feel like that because you intelligent to see past that.
Right.
So yeah, I done look up to niggas in real time. Right. I looked up to OG homies in parts.
Right.
There's very few OG homies that I thought their whole life was something I would aspire to be.
Right.
No. I like this part of Moon. I like this part of Plug. I like that part of Tone. I like this part of Shady. I like that part of Woody G. I like the parts I like.
Right.
I don't think it's a nigga breathing air that I like every part of him.
Right.
Magic Johnson is the closest, and that shit could be some crazy shit. I wouldn't want to live his life. That shit could have went shit. So I mean, I think we're a little hard on even the older homies, you know, that we feel like, damn, you could have did more. No, they did the best they could. Our problem is we could do more.
Right, but you know what, man? When I went to prison, right, this is what fucked me up. When I went to prison and I realized that the motherfuckers I was out here my whole life warm with and feuding with, and then when I actually had a conversation with these dudes and we got the fellowship up in there, it was no way I could get back on these streets and participate in any gang activity as far as me causing harm with my people. You know what I'm saying?
But that's maturation. Right. And you intelligent enough to see that this is another way. When you stuck and you poor, man, that's just what it is. It ain't, you know, we go to Africa right now in Nigeria. These people don't think they Nigerian. They got all kind of tribes and they tripping. Right. Motherfucker dying over this shit. Right. So in that same theory, we can look at each other as a human race. It ain't no reason for these, you know, these crackers to treat us the way they treat these systems to treat us how we all human beings. So human beings will always find discrepancy, and then they'll group and come together based off discrepancy. So the fact that you intelligent enough to decipher, because I know how intelligent. I've been around you enough and long enough and had enough conversations to where you can see more. Right. So it's great that you seen more with your life and decided you was gonna do more, and you knew wasn't nothing nobody could say, but everybody was gonna respect it.
Right. I really don't care about nobody's opinion. Right. me being in front of this camera, I felt like I got an obligation, right? And like one of my, like if I had it, I want all the gangs that my neighborhood beef with and other neighborhoods beef with. I wish that they could say, you know what, we're gonna squash all this shit.
They can.
Because you don't see the Hispanics doing it no more. When I was coming up, you had Hispanic gangs. They was warring in the city. You don't see that no more. I don't even see the Hispanic gangs that I seen when I was coming up. You know why? Yeah. Because they got it together. Yeah. And I think our people, we need to get it together, man. You know,
well, we gotta do right by them. The few heads of state got to create opportunities and ways for people to channel their energy into something else. Because if you asking people who've been traumatized as long as we have to change our lives by ourselves, you're not being realistic.
Not only that, listen, when you walking down the street, right? If I seen you come down the street, didn't know you from nowhere, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look at you, I'm gonna walk by. Now, if I seen you coming, I say, how you doing today, brother? Oh man, good morning, good afternoon. Do you know that energy? If we all just did that when we walk by each other, man, how you doing, bro? Good, you know, saying, good morning, good evening. You know, that goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? Just walking by a motherfucker, not saying nothing.
But don't never forget why you was mad. Think about why you could be happy today, and think about back then why you was mad. And I'm not making no excuses. I'm just being a realist.
Right.
If I can't pay my rent and bills, it might not be good morning to your motherfucking ass. I might be looking at your ass like rent. So,
right. But remember, you should have to look at your people like that, bro.
Yeah, but
we'll walk right by Mr. Anderson, and we'll go rob the motherfucker who just made $100 for the day.
I don't know if Mr. Anderson close enough. Mr. Anderson might not be around. Because if it's a white person, for sure, niggas be tearing his ass up.
Right.
But I feel you, and I don't want to make excuses, but I do want to keep it in context and realize why we are upset. I don't want to just jump down on people, throw like, oh, you need to just be nicer. I'm not saying be nice if you can't pay your bills. What I'm saying is the people that's in position, as you get more position, as Charlemagne getting position, as DJ Head getting more position, as Gang, Chuck getting position, we got to create industry and opportunities for our people so they can be as happy as we are.
Right.
So they can walk up and say good morning. Because they morning ain't good. Your morning good, Rick. Your morning is good.
Well, I try to.
It wasn't always a good morning.
It was some days.
It was some days. It was a fuck.
I remember seeing, you brought up DJ Head, right? I remember coming to your studio. I used to see him in the back. Didn't pay him no attention. He was a quiet dude, minding his business, and he was on his business. It seemed like some of these greats that didn't came out the West, I didn't see them with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody that's in your circle, you're around some level-headed dudes, right? That's why I enjoy when I come around you, because it don't always be about rap music. I ain't never, and then if I did call you for some rap shit, you always came through for me, but it ain't always on no rap shit. I go in the studio with you and I be in that motherfucker and you not even on no rap shit. You talking about some shit. I be listening like the time I seen you in there, it was some older white people up in there one time. Yeah. And y'all was talking about God and some religion. I was like, this dude is intelligent. But you always been intelligent.
Reading, man. Too much fucking reading. I remember older homies would make fun of me because we be in a dope spot. I'm reading the book, selling these rocks.
Right.
I'm intelligent enough to realize I could read a book and sell rocks.
Right.
The average nigga feel like I got to make a commitment.
Right.
If I'm gonna sell rocks, I'm not gonna read books. I believe we can read books and sell rocks.
Right.
So I'm grateful that we were able to keep our wit and our intellect and everything to make it out of our circumstances. And it's our job to make sure we give our homies the same fucking opportunity that nobody gave us. We created our shit, but now we got to help them. And that's what real gangbanging is still. You ain't done gangbanging. Yeah, you ain't got to go shoot at them niggas.
Right.
But now you got to create an opportunity for these niggas to be a better version of themselves.
Right.
So it's still gangbanging.
Just by them seeing us.
Yeah.
Just by us seeing us doing great, going to make at least one or two of them. So you know what? I want to do exactly what
I think we even owe more than that, than just being a good representation. I think we actually got to get more hands-on and create a real situation. You got to turn this into a network and be able to go hire 30 niggas from over there.
That's the plan.
So you might make another nigga go create another network, but you got to get 30 niggas this career. That's our responsibility. That's our responsibility for our people. And once we all start doing that, it'll never be the same.
Right. Well, G, you know what? It's good to link up with you, man. We're going to cut this. We got to hurry up and get back on the west side of town. You know what I'm saying? Give me 5 things that you did last week that's positive and 5 things you're going to do in the future. I'm going to turn it to 10 positive things. Now, it used to have been 5. I'm going to turn it to 10 because I'm around glasses. No, I got to put some pressure on my boy, man. Give me 5 things you did in the past and 5 positive things you plan on doing in the future.
Let's see. So, a guy wanted to start a podcast. I let him start record this podcast for free. I'm like, you don't got to pay me nothing. I got access to it. It's my shit. You don't got to pay me nothing.
Right.
Just come in here, do the work. I'll help you do your thing. That was one thing. I bought a dude a Superstar. He just asked for a cheeseburger. He said, man, I don't want no Superstar. I just want a little cheeseburger.
Right.
Nah, Playboy, we going to get this thing. We going to get the meal.
Superstar. Did you get that from, what's that little app where you order food at? What is that? The little shit everybody asks.
Oh, you talking about Uber Eats.
Uber Eats. Man, can you call? I'm hungry as a motherfucker.
I got
so I would appreciate
step out there. Yeah, I got
want
you.
one of
got
them famous
you.
stars too.
So I got him a Superstar. I didn't give him a famous star.
The Superstar.
I went all the way up for the nigga.
Right, you
Feel me?
did.
That player.
Yeah.
Right? So I was in Vegas Monday. I left a lady a $100 tip on a $30 bill.
Oh yeah, man, that was nice.
Right? I thought that was player because she was really sweet and she was talking about her kids and shit.
Right,
and I was
right.
listening to her story. I'm like, well, it's $100.
Right.
This could make sense.
She could feed her. You know, that's a week's worth of food right there. We got two
I
more.
held the door open for a nigga who was mad dogging me. I was walking in the gas station.
Right.
And the nigga mad dogging me. I got my pistol and everything. I can make his night
Well,
bad.
he probably knew you from
No, it wasn't that kind of mad dog. He knew me, he didn't say nothing. Or he was mad dogging because he did know me.
Man, come on, everybody
But he was mad dogging me like gangbanger mad dogging me like grilling me. And I'm looking at the nigga and I'm like, I'm not giving him the energy back because he
Well,
asking
you gotta
for
think
it.
about some of the shit you say on them songs. He wanted to see if it was real.
Sure,
dog,
sure.
You know?
And I'm not giving
Right.
him the energy back. I'm not gonna say nothing because
Right.
really he don't know it's on my side.
Right.
It's
right.
off me right now.
Right.
So I go walk in the gas station to put the money on the pump. I didn't put it in the tank. I walk in, he walking in behind me. I hold the door. Here you go, brother. He walk in the door and shit. He looked back at me.
Did he say thank you, man?
No, he looked and he was like, and just walked off.
That's what I meant by what I said earlier. We just give each other that acknowledgement.
I don't even need your thank you, nigga.
Right.
I'm a player. You a sucker. Feel me? We got to both be players.
Right.
Hopefully you open the door for the next nigga and realize, feel me?
Right.
The fifth thing I did nice, when I wanted to quit, so I've been helping a player Ham's son. And his two sons rap, they named the Giants.
The Young Giants, right?
And it ain't really a financial benefit for me in fucking with them, right? It's literally like just a ton of work.
Right.
And I tell them all the time, hey, you got to make the call every day, feel me, to make this work. It's like a marketing meeting. You got to figure it out. You got to push the idea. But I realize they so caught up in their own lives and living and shit that even their talent and they skills ain't enough. So I call them niggas every day.
Right.
Hey, you niggas, what's up? What you niggas, what's the plan?
Shout out Young Giants.
Feel me? Them niggas don't know. What's the plan?
Right.
So that's the 5 things I did positive.
All right. We're going to leave it at that. I usually ask 5. I ain't going to put too much pressure on you.
Because I got about 6 more. I got about
Well,
7
shit, let me
more.
hear. I'm going to kick on back. Somebody pour me a drink. I want to hear this shit.
So my young homie was having a stripper party. And they ran out of strippers.
You got some more strippers.
Cashed out for them.
I'm having a party, man.
See, that's not
I
the
need me
point.
some motherfuckers. Nah, you
That's
got
not
to keep on doing this podcast.
That's not the
Shit, I
point.
need some strippers for my motherfucking party.
That's not the point. I had a 3-piece special. I'm chilling. The homie hungry. I gave the nigga my only wing. I didn't even get a nigga the drumstick.
Lucky mother.
Breast, drumstick, wing. I gave the nigga the only wing in the box, girl.
Right. Oh, he lucky as a motherfucker.
I just was feeling like on some good nigga shit. It's like you had a wing. And you know how niggas feel about wings.
You a real nigga, man. You know, you that's just you just a good dude. Like right now. Hey man, I need to get you on this podcast. Man, come on.
Yeah. I wish I'd have been able to get there, but my thing be, I get so caught up and I know how it be. We be all trying to do our thing, and it's like, well, if you'll make it a little easier for me, nigga, let's knock it out.
Right.
8. What'd I do? Oh, okay. Yep, here you go. So I bought some New Balance shoes. Right? I don't never buy New Balance. And I really only needed 1 pair of the shoes. And they had another pair of shoes that was reverse colors. And I ordered both of them, and I really should have canceled it. But I'm like, man, let me just be a player and just keep both pair of shoes.
Right.
Even though I don't got no reason for the stupid ass pair of shoes to say fucking shoes in reverse.
Well, no. We're gonna do it like this. We got Glasses motherfucking Malone. We ain't got it. The niggas just positivity, man. That's why it's called Positive Vibes. Where can they find you at, man?
I'm Googleable, man. Glasses Loke is all my shit, man.
Glasses Loke, and any new thing they can go online and check out? Or
6 in the morning right now, the G-Mix with Ice-T, Snoop, Ty Dolla $ign, all local streaming platforms. No ceilings, available everywhere where you listen to podcasts, man.
Y'all go get that shit. It's your boy Compton Rick Rock. Y'all can find me on Instagram at COMPTON period RICC period ROC. That's the same as TikTok. Y'all find me on YouTube. I'm fucking up, man. See, you got me over fucking. Find me on YouTube at Ricky Make 'em Laugh, man. Y'all hit that notification button so when I drop new shit, y'all get it, y'all like and y'all share. And we out of here. Positive Vibes Podcast.